This program has been brought to you by Animas Mountain Mortgage, Durango's most trusted mortgage lender.
You're watching Durango TV News. I'm Deborah Uroda. How does a bloke who grew up in Liverpool, England, wind up writing about the island of Crete during World War II? By way of anthropology and archaeology, of course. Duke, a retired professor of anthropology at Fort Lewis College, recently completed his second novel, The Village, a novel of wartime Crete, and will hold a reading and book signing for his latest work at 6 p.m. on Thursday, May 9th at Maria's Bookshop. The story follows the lives of four people, two Crete Islanders, a German paratrooper, and a British soldier, and how they and the island were affected by the brutal Nazi invasion and occupation of the island in 1941. Crete would seem a far cry from life as an archaeologist and anthropologist in southwest Colorado, but the book actually stems from his professional work as the lead archaeologist on the Colorado Coalfield War Archaeology Project. His first book, A Terrible Unrest, follows the lives of the Andrakis family who were forced to immigrate to the United States from Crete at the turn of the 20th century. They eventually arrived in the southern Colorado coalfields, where they became embroiled in the coalfield wars when the Colorado militia were sent to prevent miners from unionizing. The military intervention resulted in the Ludlow Massacre, when women and children, along with miners, were murdered by the armed forces. The Village, a novel of wartime Crete, is a loosely connected sequel that starts with an Andrakis family member who was too young to immigrate from the island. By the start of World War II, she is a village matriarch whose life is irrevocably changed as she tries to hold her family together during the invasion. Duke is no stranger to Crete. He led archaeological tours as a Fort Lewis College professor and later moved there after retirement.
Then living on Crete for 5 years really gave me a feel for what it was like to be a Cretan. And by talking to old people who'd gone through this, I was able to build up a pretty good picture. The English character, who's a very, very naive artilleryman, is somewhat based on my own father's experiences. But in terms of the Cretans, observing, talking to them, never formally interviewing them, just soaking in that beautiful, wonderful culture of Crete.
The story is an intense study of characters who are changed dramatically by their wartime experiences, and it carries a strong message for today's readers.
I mean, the message is very, very simple. It's an anti-war novel. No one comes out of it smelling like a rose. One of the four main characters is a very young, gung-ho German paratrooper, Dieter Lehmann. He has huge arguments with his father, who is on the fence about the whole Nazi regime. But when Dieter, who's German youth, pro-Hitler, believes Germans should rule the world, his mind gets completely changed by what he is forced to go through as a paratrooper during the invasion. So that's what it's really about. It's an anti-war novel. It's not an action novel. It's anti-war, and it shows how war changes, destroys ordinary people in a way that they never, ever expected to have happen.
Once again, Duke will hold a reading and book signing at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 9th at Maria's Bookshop. To read more about his new novel, visit Duke's website at philipduke.com. Thanks for watching this edition of Durango TV News. If you like this story, you can watch it again on our website at durangotv.com, where you can also find an archive of all our past stories and sign up for our daily newsletter. In the meantime, catch us on Durango Cable Television Channel 15. I'm Deborah Uroda for Durango TV News.